So you've got a business idea that you just can't shake, right? Something that's been simmering for a while. Well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to walk through the essentials of how to take that spark and turn it into a real, living, breathing business. This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. Passion is absolutely the fuel that gets you started. But purpose, planning, a clear direction, that's your map. That's your compass. Without those, you can run on passion all day long and just end up going in circles. And that's because starting a business isn't just about making money. It's a huge commitment. You're putting something new out into the world. You're becoming a part of your community in a new way. It's really about building a legacy. And that takes a whole different mindset, one that's built on a clear vision and a solid strategy, not just raw passion.
So before you even start Googling how to form an LLC or looking at bank accounts, the real work, it starts inside. You have to figure out your North Star, that deep, fundamental reason why you're even doing this.
And listen, this is so, so important. Your why is what's going to pull you out of bed on the tough days. It's what's going to keep you pushing when you hit those roadblocks. And trust me, you will hit roadblocks. It's the anchor that keeps you steady when the storm hits. Let's get right into it. This is question number 1. And I mean it. Really think about this for your own idea. What specific problem, what pain point are you solving for someone else? See, a great business isn't about what you sell. It's about the problem you solve. And then let's take it a step further. What's the bigger picture? Beyond just the product or service, how are you making your community, whether that's your neighborhood or an online group, a little bit better? That's where you find a much deeper sense of purpose. And finally, you have to define the finish line for yourself. What does making it actually look like for you? Is it a certain number in your bank account, or is it the freedom to set your own schedule? Knowing your personal definition of success is going to shape every single decision you make. So once you've answered those questions, you've basically built your business compass. Your mission, that's what you do day to day. Your vision, that's where you're headed, what success looks like down the road. And the value proposition, that's the why for your customer. Why should they choose you? These 3 things will keep you pointed in the right direction. Okay, with your why locked in, it's time to actually build the ship for this journey. And that means getting the legal stuff right. Now, we're using Texas as an example here, but honestly, these principles are pretty much universal. Think of this as your legal to-do list. You just can't skip these steps. First, you got to pick a legal structure, like a sole proprietorship or an LLC. Then you register your business name. You'll get what's called an EIN from the IRS, open a separate bank account, this is key, and then handle all the local permits and get insured. Each step builds on the last to create a really solid legal foundation. Okay, let's break this down because this is a big one. The biggest difference here is all about liability. As a sole proprietor, there's no legal difference between you and the business. But an LLC, a limited liability company, creates a legal shield. It protects your personal stuff like your house and car. This choice also changes your taxes and paperwork, which is why it's such a critical decision right at the start. All right, you've got your purpose, you've got your legal ship built. Now let's talk about the lifeblood of your business, the money. And this isn't just for bookkeepers. Knowing your numbers is the navigation system every founder, and I mean every founder, has to master. I love this line because it's so true. You can have the best idea in the history of ideas, but if the numbers don't add up, it's not a business, it's a hobby. And that's okay. But if you want a business, you have to understand the financials. That's what makes the dream real. You can think of this list as the dashboard in your car. It's your financial GPS. You need to know how much money you need to even get started. When will you actually start making a profit? How much cash is coming in versus going out? These numbers aren't just about looking back. They're about seeing what's coming up on the road ahead. We're almost at the end of our map here. And this last point, it might just be the most important one of all. No successful captain makes the journey alone. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of strength. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I'm smart, I work hard, I'll figure it out. But there are so many little rules and regulations, kind of like rocks hidden just under the water. Being overconfident here can turn a tiny, fixable mistake into a really, really expensive lesson. So let's wrap it all up with a final checklist. First, start with your why. Really lock down that purpose. Then craft your mission and vision. Follow all the legal steps to get registered. Know your numbers inside and out. And maybe most important of all, don't be afraid to ask for help. Do it early and do it often. And I want to leave you with this final thought. Your business plan, your numbers. That's like studying the stars. It's your map, and it's absolutely essential. But being able to adapt, to pivot when you face a challenge, to listen to advice, that's learning to read the wind. And that is what will truly decide how far your journey can go.